Well, good evening, one and all. Welcome into WCU Esports. Tonight is the final matchup of the regular season for WCU Valorant. It's the Mountaineers taking on the Concordia St. Paul. It looks like Bears, but let me double check that for you all. That said, welcome in. WCU sitting at 5-0 on the season. Concordia St. Paul sitting at 4-0. These teams are vying for first place in division, and it all comes down to tonight. So we'll see what happens for your Mountaineers here in just a few moments whenever things get started. And with that said, we don't just have Valorant happening tonight. During the game, we will give updates for Rocket League Crimson, who will be playing at 7 p.m. in about an hour here. And we will also be back live later tonight for WCU Crimson Rocket League's final two series of the season at 9 and then 9:30. But we'll be back in just a moment for Valorant. Whenever the game gets started, we need to just wait on a couple people to join the lobby, and we'll be underway momentarily.
See you. I don't wanna hear you tonight. I don't wanna fight you. You don't wanna know if I feel alright. I don't wanna just forgive you, I just wanna be fine. I'll be waiting for a sign to light up, yeah. And your heart is out of sight. I just wanna feel mine. Hey you, I'm gonna be the one for another one. take you home with me. Get what you're saying, all of these games you're playing. Can't bother reading your message, no I'm not here for your show, wasn't asking. But I've been quitting what you're taking, I've been sipping cause I'm making. No regrets, I'm not assistant, just go and be what you were, I'm not missing you, yeah. I'm fucking down with all this shit you told me. Just regretting that I met you, damn you hold me down. All my fortune's just been wasted or gone. Oh, you made me feel alone. You thought there's a cure, I went and let you be. Now I know for sure I don't wanna take you home with me. I don't wanna take you home with me. Let me stay with you.
Well, folks, we're not quite starting yet, but being that we are just taking half a second here to figure things out, let me go ahead and give you guys some background going into this matchup tonight while we wait for the last person to join the lobby. So WCU sitting at 5-0 on the season, like I said earlier, 10 map wins, 1 map loss, a +9 map differential. So a very solid start for any team. Nevertheless, a team currently sitting in first place in the leaderboard with a round differential of +47, which is just an immaculate stat. Now looking next over to Concordia St. Paul Pink. They are 2-0 against, or the Mountaineers. Let me track back a little bit. The Mountaineers have 2-0'd every team but the Dwayne Tigers, including what I think is currently marked a 2-4 forfeit against PVCC, who also had a forfeit against also against Concordia University St. Paul. That said, Concordia St. Paul 2-0 against UABESA. I just didn't think what I said last time out when the Mountaineers played them. They also, or then CUSP 2-1 against Dwayne and Minot State. So two teams that have been pretty solid and really catch teams off guard has been their strong suit thus far this year. And then they, like I said, 2-4 forfeit against PVCC. And Concordia St. Paul has yet to play Southwestern Minnesota State University, who are 2-2 on the season. So this is coming down to it, folks. I mean, not much more to say there. One more series for the Mountaineers, which is tonight. 2 more series for Concordia left to go tonight and next week. 1 more series left for UABESA. 2 more for Southwestern Minnesota. Minot State has finished their season, same as PVCC, who are currently stuck at 5th and 6th place, respectively. Dwayne Tigers also with that. Best they could hope to do is possibly 4th if they win out their season and the Mustangs lose out theirs. So with that said, I'll take a step away again as we still wait on this, but we should be coming to you guys live in just a couple of minutes for the start of this series. So hopefully next time I check in, we'll be right back in it for your Mountaineers. Alrighty, well, there we go. A lot of tech pauses and a lot of just other stuff happening there, but we will be getting in just a moment here. Just waiting on the host to send lobby. But we are getting ready to be underway. Finally, I know start time was supposed to be at 6, some delay, and here we go, loading into Split. Map 1 in this best of 5 series tonight for the Mountaineers. Oh my goodness. WCU going to be on the right in red. It is going to be Concordia St. Paul on the left in green. And there you go, the overlay we have working tonight, so it does show everything as necessary. Man, oh man, is it good to be back here and ready to go for Valorant. It's been a few weeks for you all, so just to give you guys an update, there was an issue with one of the games to where we aren't necessarily sure whether it was a forfeit or it was a let's play. But that said, we are all good to go. I think that Discord notification there was one of the Rocket League guys who will be playing here in just about 30 minutes. Maybe thinking that this was supposed to be his voice chat, but here we go. WCU, like I said, in red for you. Starting out on attack tonight. It is Mixu on Jet. It is going to be Boo on Tejo. Dave on, I think that's Omen. I don't know who Sam is playing as. And Estefan, I forget that one as well. I don't quite know this game, folks, so my apologies. This is going to be about as good as I can do for you all tonight. But here we go, pistol round. Historically, not the best round for the Mountaineers to start play with. But the Mountaineers taking a very fast approach onto A site. And it seems like Concordia knows that. As Boo's just on the other side of the wall from Concordia. He doesn't know it yet. Oh, but he finds 2. He finds 3. He almost finds 4. He doesn't quite find 4. WCU, though, 4-2 lead. Little do they know is that OGB is on 1. He was on 1 shot. But Mixu cleans it up. Boo with a triple. Mixu with a double to start out round 1. And only Boo getting taken out from the Mountaineers. Great start for WCU on that pistol round. It's what we like to see. Something, though, like I said, not quite as per the norm from what I've seen in years past with this Valorant team. But WCU, now they're looking like they want to go on a hard push to B site as opposed to that A. So switching it up a little bit, maybe even going through middle of B link, pushing mid towards either side. But we'll see what they choose to go with. Mixu looking to try and go that way. And Mixu opting to stay with the Sheriff here. Oh, Mixu sees all 3 of them, and Sam is starting his progression towards B site. Now the Mountaineers all starting to go over towards B, looking to try and get some spray damage done. It's going to be Mixu and Boo leading the way for WCU. Boo finds 1. Sam finds 2, finds 3. Mixu finds 4, and Mixu finds 5. WCU only losing Sam in that process, getting that win again by kills. Mountaineers starting out strong tonight, really wanting to set the tone early. WCU here, ready to go for round 3. Round 3 on map 1. Split is the location for this one. Estefan peeking around, trying to find somebody. Doesn't quite find. Now he finds one. Estefan finds one. He's going to be shooting down for 2. Gets picked off, though. And all but Boo are there on mid-bottom. And Boo's trying to start to put some pressure on. Oh, he almost finds one of the Concordia St. Paul players. Doesn't quite connect, though. That's going to be NECC starting to move over towards that B site, getting ready to try and put pressure on with Sam and Dave following up. NECC puts the pressure on the 1. Concordia is still not sure yet. Now they're sure as NECC picks off. Sam going for the plant. Dave trying to cover this back. Oh, gets picked off by Valaris. NECC finds 3, and he finds 4. A quad kill for NECC, going off, wanting to just keep his team rolling tonight. So you can see 8-0 for NECC. Starting things off, Boo at 4-1-4, Sam at 2-1-0, Estefan 1-1-1, and then Dave 0-1-4 so far. But the team play really coming out from the Mountaineers tonight as they get ready to keep the pressure moving.
You can't catch us.
Boo starting out some feign for pressure in the middle there. Same as Dave. But WCU starting to push over towards that A site. They're on A main.
Retrieving flash.
Estefan's going to be moving high while NECC covers low. NECC finds 1. And there he goes, taking 1 out, gets picked off in the process.
Launching thorns. Thorns down.
And now Sam going for that. Estefan finds 1, gets picked off by Jada BP. So it's a 3-on-3, both teams at full health. WCU does have the spike down, though, so now they can start to play some good defense.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, it's Boo and Sam. Now it's just Sam, who does finish it off, finding Rosario. Sam staying alive, keeping that one going, keeping the momentum going for WCU. So now the Mountaineers leading 5-0. Keep in mind, this is first to 13, win by 2, or 4-0, my apologies. First to 13, win by 2. You can see some defenses being set up by Sam there in the back. It's going to be NECC starting out very strong for his team. Already trying to take control of A main. He gets pressured. So does the majority of the Mountaineers. It's a great smoke screen there from Dave as Sam goes around the corner to get that plant once again. And it's going to be a sight block coming from NECC, forcing a dive to come out from CSU, or CUSP. My goodness. But Sam gets picked off. NECC gets taken out. So does Boo. But Dave finds 1, finds 2. Can he find 3? No, he can't. It's all on Estefan, who's in the back here for WCU. Finds 1. Oh, and Estefan can't quite get the pick off. Concordia University shuts down WCU's momentum on offense. 1-4 now. Plenty of time on that defuse. But the Mountaineers still holding a 3-round lead for the moment. Mountaineers looking to try and take that B site push. Maybe even going through B-Link up towards mid to see if they can't find a better pressure point.
Get out of my way.
And Mixu going to be going on his ult right now. At least he was for a moment. WCU trying to feign that A site pressure. Start to move over towards that B side. Through bottom into sewer. That's a lot of sneaking around right now. The tension's so thin, or so strong, you could cut it with a knife at the moment. And WCU now making their very strong push onto A site.
30 seconds left.
We see Boo starting to have a little stare down for just a moment there. And Estefan finding the first one of this one, taking out Saybug. OGB finding Mixu. Boo finds Valaris. Estefan finding Rosario.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh, and Estefan with the quad on that, playing such brilliant game, or playing such a brilliant game there. Really keeping this one in the lead for WCU. And there's a timeout coming from Concordia St. Paul. It's what you want to see if you're the Mountaineers. Taking a look as well at that scoreboard real quick. Rosario leading the way for Concordia at 6-5-2, with Saybug at 4-6-0 and Valaris 2-6-2. For WCU, Mixu at 10-3-0. Already doing super well for his team. And Estefan after that round, 7-3-1, followed with Boo at 7-4-5. Fantastic nights for all of these players already, and we're just in game one in this best of 3 series. But about 30 seconds left here, and I think that Concordia really needs to find a way to just take a step back and get things going once again. Find their momentum and shut down the Mountaineers. We're on round 7 now. Keep in mind at round 12 we do have that swap, so a lot could still happen between now and then. Boo going to be taking over the spike, I think, for this round, maybe. And there might be an aggressive push here from from Concordia. I think they're trying to bait out some aggression from the Mountaineers. And Boo trying to find a way to sneak in with Dave. Oh, and Dave and Boo working together to find Rosario on that one. As Estefan sneaking behind, finding Saybug, being a little vent demon for the Mountaineers. He's maybe going to find the OGB here as well. He does. Oh my gosh, and then Sam I Am finding Jada as well. So it is all up to Valaris for Concordia right now. He's about to meet Estefan face to face, and Estefan gets a triple right away to clean that one up. Mountaineers keeping most of their same loadouts, not really spending anything. Look at that economy for WCU. Estefan with 8,000. Boo with 4,300. Sam and Dave pushing that 8,000 border as well. Mixu being the one to have to buy for his team right now is what it looks like. And WCU is doing well. Conversely, Concordia is struggling, all in the mid-thousands at most. It's OGB with almost 3. Estefan finds where some of the Concordia team is, but just puts pressure on, trying to shut them out. And Mix is going to be looking the wrong way, going to get picked off like right away. But Sam answers. Has Spike, going to go in for that plant on B site. And Dave going to be finding 2 of Concordia. He does get OGB. He knows where 1 is. He finds him. He reloads, but gets around it in time. Gets picked off, though. Dave got 2 kills on the round so far. Sam looking to try and get some more. Boo finds 1, and Estefan finds the other. WCU's teamwork really coming in strong. 7-1 the round score. And the timeout for the defensive half, or for the attacking, or the defensive half for Concordia already having taken place is a big threat. If WCU can keep this momentum rolling, they'll be 2 rounds away from winning this one on defense, which is their strength if memory serves. The Golden Bears is what Concordia is. My apologies to them for just assuming that it was a bear, but I had to try and figure. I just was going off of something. Mainly just my best assumption. Now Mixu slowed and dazed in middle. Activates that tripwire. Boo gets picked off. Estefan, though, does find OGB. It's Dave making some pressure on point. Estefan finding Say as well. Has the spike for the Mountaineers. Mixu finds Rosario, but gets picked off by Jada. Jada gets that res off onto OGB. So it's a 3-on-3 right now. And the Mountaineers do have that spike down, but it's going to be a tough bid for them. Dave gets a teleport. And now it's all on Dave as Sam falls. Estefan having fell just a second ago. And Valaris will take that one, shutting down the Mountaineers once again. With plenty of time on the clock.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Move.
WCU opting to play a slower route this time. Now we see Boo putting some pressure on for WCU. Mixu now sees 1, gets taken out by Valaris, though. Mixu doing a really good job of scouting for his team. And we see Estefan pushing up middle with Boo, where Boo gets taken out. And it's Dave starting to make that pressure move towards B. And Estefan finds Rosario. Sam finds Jada. Sam gets picked off by Valaris, though. And now the spike is down. Control is in favor of Concordia. Estefan playing from the back here. Does find OGB. Is about to find one other. He does find Valaris. And now Dave going to get that spike, get the plant off as well for the Mountaineers. And Estefan doesn't know he's being chased. Oh, and now he does. It's all up to Dave. And there was an Omen teleport coming in. Oh my gosh, and Dave sneaking behind, playing the slow roller, does pick off. It was Saybug who was the last alive for Concordia Golden Bears there. So now 8-2 the round score. WCU in the lead, maintaining that offensive pressure. And then having that scrim last night, I think, definitely helped the Mountaineers out. So I'll stick on Mixu for just a moment as I try and go and just see what Concordia looks like in terms of map history. Where did they start to succeed? I've seen them have a lot of pressure, and 2 picks from Estefan right away allow the Mountaineers to really push onto A site and get that plant immediately. Mixu finds Jada on that. Boo finds Rosario and knows where the other one is, but gets blinded, so he doesn't quite know that he's moved yet. But he does find it. Flawless round for the Mountaineers. Great play from the team.
Last round in the half.
I can't quite see the order of how these things go. Or how each of the maps, or how each of the games scored for these teams. So,
No more theory.
taking a look, though, at what happened for Concordia St. Paul against Minot State, a common, or at least one of the challenges for the Mountaineers on Lotus and on Abyss were benefits for Concordia. But the Mountaineers right now taking another hard push onto that A site. Estefan getting that plant really quick as well. Mixu finds 1. It's going to be Sam going with 2. Dave finds 3. So now that ultimate, unfortunately, going to be wasted for Mixu. And WCU has used all of their ultimates, but with that swap that allows for the Mountaineers to reset on another pistol round. So far, Estefan taking the reins for the Mountaineers, 19-5-1, a 4-0 KDA. Mixu 14-7-2, just over a 2-0. Boo at 17 or 10-6-7, so almost at a 3-0. Dave 7-5-6, so just over a 2-0, and Sam exactly at 2-0 at 7-4-1. Taking a look now to Concordia, it is 9-11-4 for Rosario in the lead, just over a 1-0, and Valaris following up just under 1-0 at 6-11-4. But Rosario extending that one as well as they find Sam. There's going to be a B-site push coming from Concordia as Mixu finds 2, but Estefan gets found as well.
Spike planted.
Now the spike is down on B, so it's going to be the defense of Concordia versus or it's going to be the defending attackers of Concordia against WCU. Boo doesn't quite find Rosario, but Mixu does clean it up. And now it is all on Dave for the Mountaineers to get this spike. But Jada cleans up, cleaning house, shutting down WCU's winning streak there again. So WCU able to hit 4-3-3. 3 rounds away for the Mountaineers to finish this one out. And it looks like they're going to be saving once again as they did lose that pistol round. So they're going to be taking maybe taking a round at least to just either use lower weapons or just, I think, as a whole, set themselves up better for round 3 on defense, hoping that they can get enough on this one with the economy save. It looks like Concordia is going to be pushing up that mid as Boo finds Rosario and gets locked out of mid. So he's going to retreat to mid-vent, play it slow and safe. But the Mountaineers, I think, now know that it is going to be a B-site push. Mixu does find a Guardian here as well. And Estefan trades, finds OGB, but can't find Jada as well. It's going to be Dave holding up on B site immediately, and Sam trying to defend on B tower, with Mixu and Boo taking me bottom, rotating behind. Mixu finds one, Boo finds 2 and 3 on that, getting a piercing shot onto Valaris through Sabug. WCU takes another one, 2 rounds away from taking game 1 in spectacular fashion. It's 11-3 for the Mountaineers. And Boo trying to do some scouting work for the Mountaineers, not finding anyone on A site, which the Mountaineers were expecting. I think Sam knows that they're on that mid vent. Oh, and if he didn't know before, he knows now. And he sees the entirety of Concordia there. Ready to do some damage as Mixu rotates into B tower to play it safe. Mixu finding Jada, blocking the site of Concordia and rotating out of B tower as Sam gets ready to maybe start his push back into that B tower. And there's going to be a site block coming from Dave. And Mixu finds Say. Estefan finds Rosario. Mixu finds Valaris, and it's all on to OGB, who gets picked off by Mixu. It's a flawless round again for WCU. Mixu picking up another quad, and it's 12-3, match point for the Mountaineers. And there's going to be the timeout coming from Concordia, which they had to call here. Otherwise, that is game 1 in favor of WCU. They are on a roll and not slowing down. Looking over to the leaderboard, Mixu picking back up, having himself yet another night, a 3-0 KD right now, or just over a 3-0. Estefan close behind on the leaderboard in terms of kills, but having a higher KD at the moment at just about the same at over 3-0. Boo almost at that 3-0 mark. Dave picking it up at the 3-0 as well, and Sam not doing too hot on that mark, but has been a stable spike planner for his team, so he's been making his impact elsewhere. At the very least, putting pressure on Concordia's Golden Bears to find a way to defend. Now WCU looking to try and split that A site, B site very well. Sam going to be popping up mid. It's going to be A rafters for Mixu for defense. Sam, I think, playing maybe low A, if not higher. And we see Concordia on that heavy A site push.
I will rip the light from them.
And I have a feeling that we're going to see a teleport from Dave coming in right away. No, he's going to go for a screen block on A site. Little does he know how much that actually did for his team. I think Sam recognizes that that A site is going to be a danger. And there goes the screen down now. And just missing Mixu. But finding Sam is going to be Concordia. And now Mixu going to be trying to rotate behind and put some pressure on. He does find one. There's 2. There's 3. Oh my goodness. And the Mountaineers just shredding through Concordia right away. And defenders win. Oh my goodness. What a great first round coming from WCU. But a hard-fought battle coming as well from Concordia. Taking a look at the stats really quick. Mixu, Estefan, Boo in that order for the Mountaineers. Oh my goodness. Just look at their strength. A lot of pressure coming from WCU, and Sam with 7 plants as well, keeping his team alive, even though he's towards that bottom of the leaderboard. 1 total plant coming from Concordia St. Paul. We'll take a step away for just a moment here. Once I get that stat block updated for map 1. We'll be right back in just a moment for WCU Esports.
Can you show me how? chance to carry on into the wild. I got you and your vibes in my mind, I can't get them out, no matter how hard I try. I need you and your heart next to mine, yeah, I'm all about keeping it you and I. When you're here, you spark chemical reactions, your aura strikes like lightning. Got no words, I'm just drowning in attraction.
Well, here we go. Game 2 in this best of 5. We are going to be heading over to Lotus this time out. WCU again going to be attacking first on this map. And this time I can actually be a lot more visible with, or a lot more attentive to the picks for characters. So we see Mixu going as Jet, Teho from Boo, Dave going to be Omen. I don't quite know who Sam's going to be playing. I don't know that character. I also don't know who Rosario is, but it's going to be an Omen. I honestly don't know most of these characters, so I'm not even going to try. But WCU is getting ready to get going again. Here we go, game 2 in this best of 5. Now underway, pistol round again. So WCU 1-1 on the night so far. Need to see what happens here. If Concordia can come out strong and brutal against the Mountaineers, or if they're going to be a little bit more timid. Killjoy, Breach, Fade, Omen, Raze for Concordia, Jet, Teho, Omen, Deadlock, and Yoru for the Mountaineers. There's the Yoru of Estefan, Deadlock of Sam, Omen of Dave, Teho of Boo, and of course Mixu as Jet. Mixu has been playing Jet for the past few years, I believe, so is very, very strong and confident with this character. Compared to some others that we've seen him play in the past. Now, of course, with this being Lotus, there is that 3-point split. As we wrap up the bye phase, here we go. It's going to be a hard push onto A site for the Mountaineers. WCU getting their strength to approach right now. Mixie knows where one is. WCU doesn't know where the second is. As they take that B site, start that plant. Boo finds Say, gets found by Valaris. Spike is down. Mixu sees where two are. Can't find anyone yet. Estefan does find Rosario, who found Sam just a minute ago. Dave almost finding one. Estefan gets found, so it's going to be Mixu and Dave for the Mountaineers. Mixu finds one, though, getting blinded. Mixu finds Jada. Can't find the other one, but dodges out of the way. And it's Dave getting the side headshot onto OGB. And that spike is going to go off just after we get that round swap. WCU getting that first map is huge. It's going to be a Helix for Sam, Stinger for Estefan, Outlaw for Dave, Marshall for Boo. And it's going to be Mixu sticking with a Sheriff. Option to play it a bit slower, but going for more abilities than the weapons. Oh, Mixu in a 1 versus 2 situation there. And now it's Sam trying to backpedal as he's caught on that A lobby. But he finds one, almost gets found by 2, but it's Sam who was with Estefan, who they end up taking out the other 2. I think it might have been Boo who found someone on that opposite side. And Boo finds one, can't find the other, but Dave knows where they are. And Sam is getting that A site plant. And Dave knows exactly where Jada was, but Jada's going to be rotating out. Estefan now maybe going to try and cut Jada off. Oh, and Jada with the quicker reaction time than Estefan on that. And we see the blocked vision for Dave here. Oh, and Dave gets that pick onto Jada BP, playing a very, very steady game there. Locking in, getting that quick shot off. WCU now 2-0, but nothing to be worried about yet. If you're Concordia, you have plenty of time to come back and take this one. Mountaineers getting ready once again to start that pressure. Estefan going to be leading the charge with Mixu towards C site. You can see Mixu trying to spray out some of that damage. Mixu sees where Rosario is at least. And now Mixu going to be dodging up and trying to get ready to set up on that backside of C site. Boo gets picked off. Sam finds Rosario. But Sam gets taken out by Valaris, dropping the spike. Though Dave is going to have that chance. Mixu does find 2. Estefan finding 1. And Mixu sees where that last one is. It's going to be all on Dave, who has that spike plant. Can't hit his shot. So OGB with a triple is going to keep this one within 1 for Concordia. Clutch round there for OGB. And OGB setting up on, I think it's C site. The WCU pushing hard towards A. It's both Estefan and Dave get some teleports or faces over. Boo sees where one is. Rosario does find Dave. Mountaineers still going to be pushing hard onto A site. And Estefan was trying to find a pick with just a Sheriff. Mixu does find Jada, but Spike is down. Sam dies. Mixu finds 2. Estefan does get picked off by Saybug. It's going to be Mixu going in on the backside. Finds Rosario. Oh, gets taken out, though, by Saybug. So it's all on Boo for the Mountaineers in a 1 versus 2 hard-fought situation. And he's going to have to pay attention to both sides. Oh, and he just misses Say coming around the corner. He's going to be there for OGB. But he misses OGB, who finds the final kill again. Saybug going to be getting that defuse off, and it is tied 2-2. That said, though, WCU on attack isn't quite as strong as they are on defense. So we'll see what happens with this one from here.
knows our ground. Cover going out.
And WCU getting a really hard C-site push. And getting set up. Mixu just waiting for someone to round that corner. Sam getting that plant. And there's the Killjoy coming out from Concordia. Trying to force the Mountaineers off. Mixu opting to stay in, trying to do some damage real quick. Getting detained as a result. There goes a defuse from Concordia. Boo finds one. Oh, and there's going to be the active defuse coming from Jada. Oh, and just missing Jada was Boo on that first shot. So defenders will win that round. 3-2. The first lead tonight for Concordia. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Uabisa, but that's not correct. WCU pushing hard onto A site, seeing if they can't find someone. Mixu does find OGB right away. Sam going to be getting that plant. Mixu gets picked off by Saybug. And it feels like Lotus is the map that Concordia is strongest on. Estefan finds one and faces the rest of Concordia around that corner.
Cover going out. Blinding.
And Dave finding Saybug gets picked off by Valaris is all on Sam for the Mountaineers.
One enemy remaining.
And Sam clutches out for the Mountaineers, pulling one away, or pulling Jada away. Great play from Sam there. And stays alive. The spike doesn't go off in time, so WCU ties it back up 3-3. This is what I was thinking was going to happen tonight, folks. An even battle between two first-place teams. And right now, the Mountaineers looking to try and find a way to re-extend that lead, getting back onto the attack. And I think that this time we're going to see Concordia going for a hard push on A site. They will. So WCU now. See Estefan a little awkward in that corner, but does get around just in time. Oh, he knows. He saw where Say was. He sees where Valaris is. Gets picked off by Rosario, but that is pretty much null and void right now. Boo knows, I think, where two of Concordia were. He does find Jada as well. And Sam's going to be getting that plant on B site. As Dave was covering his retreat.
One enemy remaining.
Dave finds Rosario. Now it's all on OGB, who we've seen do super well before, but gets picked off by Dave. Getting his second kill of the round. Now it's 4-3 for the Mountaineers, retaking that lead. 7 rounds in, let's take a look at where things stand. Rosario at 7-6-2 for Concordia, St. Paul. OGB at 4-5-0. Valaris at 4-3-6. For the Mountaineers, it is 8-4-1 for Mixu, 6-3-3 for Dave, 6-7-4 for Estefan. Top 3 players on each team there. But taking a look at the economy, we can see that the Mountaineers have a massive advantage over the Golden Bears. See, Mixer's starting to lead the charge towards C site. Playing it slow. He has to find a way to get around this corner. To take one out. Oh, but gets eviscerated by Rosario, who got that quick shot off. We see Estefan starting to go around that backside. Boo in cover for a moment. Doesn't have the reaction to beat Sabug, who found him immediately. It is now Dave, Estefan, and Sam. As Estefan does find OGB, going to be dimensional drifting around, sees where one is. It's going to be Estefan trying to just go around and see if he can't set up better on that B upper. As his team starts to move towards A site. And Estefan finds Sabug. And now Sam going to be getting a plant on that B site. Or on that A site, my apologies. Dave now starting to put pressure on and try and get out of that site. It's going to be Dave and Sam as Estefan gets taken out there. Just out of my vision. And the WCU has the time to just set up and play slow and safe. And we'll see two teams play very patient here. And now it's all on Sam as Dave gets picked off. And Concordia knew where Sam was. They found Rosario getting that quad. After all, Jada going to be getting that defuse with plenty of time on the clock. 7 seconds left. Again, a tied game. I think Lotus is most definitely the map that Concordia is confident with. As I try and go back through and see what their record on it looks like. And Mixu again leading the charge for the Mountaineers, trying to find a way to get some aggression out quickly. And opens up C door. So the Mountaineers can either push towards B or C at this point. Sam gets closed on that B side. And Dave gets picked off by OGB. With one of the two ults for the Mountaineers. It gets taken out, but Boo finds OGB in answer. Now we see Sam. Oh, what a pick onto Rosario from Sam. And Sam will rotate out as Mixu going on a tear. Finds Valaris and Sabug. Gets shot at by Jada, but Estefan going to close that one out. WCU retaking the lead again, 5-4. This one's a lot closer to the last round, and it's a fun one to watch. We'll stay on Estefan for a moment while I try and pull up this Concordia team's record. At least looking to try and find what they've done on Lotus so far this year. Boo found where one is. And the Mountaineers going to be having a heavy push on the B site. And of the 3 series that have been fully played out by Concordia, they have had Lotus in all of them and won in spectacular fashion to boot. So Concordia is definitely a Lotus map team. OGB finds Sam. Estefan finds Rosario to trade. Oh, and Estefan getting, I think that's stunned, if not shocked there. And now it's Mixu finding Sabug, Dave finding OGB, and Mixu closing it out with Valaris. WCU retaking a 2-round lead, something that they have not done thus far this year. or rather coming, sorry, that's my apologies there. They have done that this year, but not something that we see frequently where they at least have a 2-round lead and then lose that one, especially not to a point where they've retaken it. I think the one time we saw that was with Dwayne, when Dwayne won that one, or won the first map in the series.
This is gonna be fun.
We can see Estefan sending, I think it was a clone through. And now WCU really pushing hard onto that C site. Estefan faces 2, gets shut down. Sabug and OGB have found the Mountaineers so far. Dave finds 1, hides behind the corner just in time to avoid another. As Estefan's on the far side, does sneak behind Valaris as Boo finds OGB. Dave finds Sabug, almost finds Rosario as well. It's going to be a split for OGB, who is now stuck between Estefan and Boo. And it's going to be Estefan cleaning that one up. WCU at 7-4, trying to continue this lead and push it further. No timeouts called so far on this defense from Concordia or this attack from WCU. The Mountaineers, not a team who really takes timeouts as a whole. And Concordia seemingly doing it when necessary. And they feel like right now they're still in it. But it is scary when the Mountaineers start to get on a roll just from what we've seen so far this season. And we see Estefan going in just to see where the other team is. And he's telling his team to immediately push over towards at least B site. But Dave does get a great pick onto Rosario and teleporting back to support his team. Now Estefan coming out of that dimensional rift. Oh, and Estefan teleporting right into OGB's line of fire. An unfortunate play. But Mixu is starting to trying to find a way to rush over towards C site to do some damage. It's going to be Dave and Sam I Am planting on C. And Boo taking up the back on B, playing slow and defensive.
Initiated. Blocking sight.
There's the Killjoy coming out from Concordia. Mixu finds Valaris. Dave finds Jada. And Dave, Boo, and Mixu all collapsed in on the spike at the end there. I was trying to figure out what exactly happened, but it was all 3 who pushed in on that C site spike as there was a defuse coming from Concordia. WCU ending up taking that round. And now we're at the swap, 8-4 in the lead for the Mountaineers. Rosario at 14 and 11 for Concordia, just over that 1-0 KD. OGB at 9, 10, and 2, just over that 1-0. And Sabug 18 and 11, closing in on that 2 marker for Concordia. Whereas Mixu at 14 and 7, hitting that 2-0. Estefan at 12. Or at 13, 7, and 2 for Mixu, 12, 9, and 6 for Estefan, so putting him at a 2-0 as well, and Dave just behind it at 12, 6, and 5. I'm going to see Estefan encounter all of Concordia right there, getting picked off. Now WCU knows there's going to be a C-site push pretty quickly as Dave blocks it off. And a quick update for you guys, Mountaineer fans, as we see the Golden Bears planting WCU Crimson on their series, having just finished up really quick. At 7 p.m. against the 4-1 Swosu Gray squad has finished. The Mountaineers emerge victorious in that one, 3-0, a sweep in that game for WCU. Is what I just got word of. So, That puts the Mountaineers at 4-1. Swosu Gray at 4-2. But the attackers there, Concordia taking that round, closing that gap 5-8. This one could go to overtime, or this one could be a long, or it could quickly turn back around in either team's favor. Too close to tell at this point, but we will see what happens here for WCU. Great play there from Concordia to quickly shut down the Mountaineer defense, not allowing them to gain any more traction. Again, when the Mountaineers start on a roll and they continue with it, it is a hard thing to stop. But once you stop it, it's a little hard for them to get that momentum rolling again. And I think that, speaking of again, it's going to be another heavy C-site push from Concordia, who find Estefan. There's Jada taking out Estefan right away in that one as Sam starts to push towards it.
Spike planted.
We see Boo going around that backside with Mixu. Mixu gets taken out by Valaris. It's all Boo and Sam right now for the Mountaineers. Sam going to be trying to switch around, finding a different angle of attack. Boo can't hit his shots at the moment, so it's all on Sam. And WCU probably going to be trying to find something to do with a... Oh, and Sam getting jump scared by Rosario as they come around the corner. A flawless round for Concordia. Now I've got my teams all mixed up. My apologies, folks. WCU tonight with 4 total series on the night. It's going to be WCU Valorant as we are watching right now, and we're trying to figure out exactly what happens.
Tony's down.
And my apologies to you all watching the stream. That color swap not happening soon enough. Very, very sorry about that, but the teams were on the correct side. So WCU still on the right, this time just now in green, as they had that swap, and I wasn't quite ready for the color change. Now we see a more staggered attack coming from Concordia. Boo noticing a slight A-site push. Almost takes out Jada.
All missiles away.
And he gets smoke screened. And he's in a rough spot, but Sam does pick off Rosario. Looking to find 2. Sam finding Valaris as well. Boo finds Sabog, who found Mixu just a moment before. And Dave about to see OGB and Jada with the help of Boo. Boo finds both of them, getting a triple with assist from Dave on both. 9-6 in favor of the Mountaineers. So we now hit round 15, taking a look again at that KDA, seeing what's changed. It's 16-13-2 for Rosario, 10-11-2 for OGB, and 10-12-10 for Sabug. Whereas the Mountaineers, 15-10-3 for Mixu, 12-8-8 for Dave, and 12-11-6 for Estefan. That said, WCU's KDA is much more tightly spread than Concordia's is. Concordia very heavily in favor of Rosario at the moment. And I think that Sam knows that Concordia is pushing over onto that C site once again, and the Mountaineers are just going to kind of let Concordia go. And Sam finds one, or Estefan finds one. Dave found that one. Estefan now finds one. There it is. Mixer finds 2, 3, and it's all on... It was all on Jada's shoulders, who got taken out. So 10-6 now in favor of the Mountaineers. If I'm Concordia, I would honestly say take the timeout now, because WCU is starting to get on that momentum shift again, and they are 3 rounds away from taking this series and guaranteeing first place going into the playoffs. WCU as well, having that 1 week break coming up for spring break, a much-needed one for the students who have been in this valley all semester with very little time away from classes and even less time away from Gunnison. 10-6, like I said, the score. WCU wanting to just try and close this one out quickly. Sam with a snipe onto Valaris, answered by Rosario picking off Estefan with that Sheriff. But a huge pickoff there from Sam I Am. I was looking around that corner waiting for someone. Oh, I thought that Sabug was going to have that. Not quite. The right alleyway there. Now WCU playing slow. 2 to defend A site. 1 to defend B. 1 to defend C. And it's a tough C side defense for Sam, who has that. I think it's the operator maybe. But Dave, I think, noticing now. Oh, he does notice that Concordia is over towards B site. But Mixu and Dave right now closing things down. Dave does get picked off by Sabug. Spike is picked up by Say, who gets taken out by Sam. It was the outlaw, my apologies, not the operator that Sam was utilizing there. But it worked out. Quick pickoff from Sam I Am. He has been putting in the work this year for his team, practicing as much as he can to just continue to get better and found a way to get his team back together for the season. WCU just 2 rounds later, almost looking like a completely different team. Mixu hitting that 19-10-3, so a 2-0 KDA. Same as Dave, who's over a 3 right now at 15-9-8. Estefan at 13-12-8. Almost at that 3 mark as well. Boo at 12-10-5, 17-10 overall. And Sam at 11-11-3. So just over that 1-0, but starting to pick up momentum. There's a lot of action happening on that A site. Boo does pick off Jada right away. He almost finds Valaris as well, but Rosario finding Mixu. So now WCU also losing Estefan. So there's going to be Sam, Dave, and Boo. Boo does find Rosario, even it up to a 3-on-3. Sabug finds Dave. It's 3-on-2. It's Sam and Boo, and Boo's all alone on A site. He was spraying around that corner, trying to find OGB, and it is now all Sam for the Mountaineers with that outlaw. A tough spot to be in, but not the worst right now. He does switch out for that Vandal.
Hold them to their grave. Nothing there.
And Sam was hoping to try and find someone with that. Doesn't quite connect with anybody, though. That Spike's going to go in just a moment. And Sam walks right out into that shot from Sabug to close that gap just a little bit. 7-11. WCU still in the lead, at least for the moment. Anything can happen, though, and like I said, this is Concordia's best map. In total across their 3 games, or their 3 series so far this year that they've played Lotus, Concordia only having lost a total of 22 rounds, an average of just about 7.
Spike down, C.
Rounds lost per series that they've played. That said, WCU changing that up quite a bit. You see Boo sneaking around that backside. Mixu trying to find Valaris. Can't quite connect, though. Boo does answer, finding OGB. Estefan now in the back line as well finds Valaris. Now it's all up to Sabug, who's on C site alone, but he doesn't quite know it, so he can go for the plant right now. But Mixu's right there, missing that shot. And Sabug now forced to take action as Mixu comes around the corner. And there's the spike coming from Sabug, who has to play some really solid defense on his own. Needs to get all 4 of the Mountaineers He's just waiting to hear him come around for that defuse. Estefan finds Sabug, and WCU will put themselves on the verge of sweeping the team who could have taken number 1 from them, as well as WCU putting themselves on the verge of sweeping the season and heading into their 1-week break at the number 1 seed for playoffs from, I think it's West A is this league. Central A, my apologies. But anyhow, Central A, the league, WCU is trying to find number 1 spot in, just 1 round away from doing so. No timeout coming from Concordia. At least not yet. 2 seconds until there's no timeout. And WCU is going to be able to keep their momentum rolling for this one.
Face your fear!
And I think we see Concordia trying to find anything they can, putting as much pressure on the Mountaineers right away as possible. And Estefan knows where Rosario is at least. OGB finds 1. Estefan finds 1. Mixu finds 1. It's now Boo, Mixu, and Dave for the Mountaineers. Boo can't quite find Valaris, but does get out of the way of something. He has that decay on him. And that spike is planted on B site. WCU just needs to get around to find it. Valaris picks off Mixu in the back. And Boo gets out of the way of that one. Oh, and it's all on Dave as Boo walked into 2. And Valaris gets a triple to clean that one up. 8-12 the score. Concordia looking to try and stop the Mountaineers, but if the Mountaineers can just keep trading 1 round to 1 round, we see a full loadout buy from both teams here, as both want to finish this one out strong. Mixu 21-12-6 for the Mountaineers to Rosario's 19-17-4. Estefan at 17-14-8 with Dave at 15-11-9 once again for your Mountaineers. And then OGB at 14-15-2 and Sabug at 13-16-11. Estefan going to be dimensional drifting right away, and I think he's going to be able to sneak around that backside very well against Concordia. He's going to pop out of that dimensional door and try and do something. He takes out the turret. Oh, and he was trying to use an ability but gets picked off by Sabug, so he was shut down right away. It's now Boo going in on that back half for WCU. It's going to be Boo and Valaris again looking into one another as Sam finds Sabug. Dave finds Valaris and OGB as they peek around the corner. Tries to teleport again. A matter of WCU using their abilities, but it doesn't matter as Boo gets a double kill to finish out the series. And the Mountaineers go undefeated this season, winning that one 13-7 on Lotus. Or 13-8, my apologies, on that Lotus map. So the Mountaineers, like I said, sweeping the season, sweeping that game, taking that number 1 spot for playoffs in just a week or so here. But that said, for tonight, or taking a look now at, sorry, my apologies, before I sign off for Valorant, looking over at the leaderboard here, Mixu taking the top of it for combat score, and with a solid 2 and some change KDA for the Mountaineers. Rosario following up closely, 19-18-4 for Concordia. And it goes Estefan, Boo, Sebug, Dave, OGB, Sam, Valaris, and Jada for the remainder of that leaderboard today. But with that said, I think for now tonight, my name is Sparky for Valorant. Thank you all for tuning in. We will catch you guys in just about an hour and a half when we see Rocket League Crimson return to action. So make sure you tune back in for that. But for now, like I said, I'm Sparky. This has been WCU Esports. Thanks for watching.